Hello and welcome back to the Guitarlo Arlo channel. This clip we're going to do something different. We're not going to do music. We're going to focus on poetry this time. And we're going to focus specifically on the godfather of the beat movement, Lawrence Ferlinghetti. Now, Lawrence Ferlinghetti, the backstory is he was a poet, an essayist, a painter, and a book publisher. And he did publish most of the beat poets uh, back in the era, which included Allen Ginsberg, Jack Kerouac, Gregory Corso, Deanne DePerma, Michael McClure, Bob Kaufman, Gary Snyder. I mean, I think he published, most of the major beats at the time. And his press was called New Directions Paperback. And then from there, he moved to San Francisco and opened up a bookstore called New City Lights, which became a landmark, an iconic landmark in American letters. And it exists to this day, as well as Ferlinghetti. Bless his heart, he's still alive. He's 99 years old. So my personal connection with Ferlinghetti is, first off, he is the hero in my book, Guitarlo. When I was 15 years old and looking for some encouragement as a writer, I got the notion to mail my poems to Ferlinghetti at his bookstore in San Francisco. I didn't know him, and lo and behold, out of nowhere, he wrote back and made some comments about my poems, and we exchanged letters a few rounds. And in one of those letters, he included a poem called Wilfred Funk. Now, this poem was he typed on and signed on the letter that he wrote it in 1971, which would have been after his book in 1969 called Tyrannus Niks. So I don't know if this poem was going to be in that book, or he just wrote it for me, or he just knocked it off the typewriter and sent it to me. But I take it that this poem is part of his extended rant about Nixon. So the relevancy here is all these years later, we're dealing with Trump. So what he's saying about Nixon, I think, is very relevant to how I feel about Trump. So I'm going to read this poem, and it is the first time that this Ferlinghetti poem has ever been read in public. It's, like I said, it's not been published, and it's never been read out loud. So, Lawrence, I hope you don't mind. And his publishers, okay. Okay, I hope there's no copyright problem here. So I'm going to change one thing in the poem because it's called Wilfred Funk. I'm going to change Wilfred Funk to Donald Trump. Okay? All right. Here we go. Donald Trump, you're a real schmuck. Donald Trump, you're a fathead gas bag. Donald Trump, you are everything that's wrong with everything. Donald Trump, I'm taking my frustrations out on you. Donald Trump steals from the deaf, dumb, and blind. Donald Trump beats his wife and children. Donald Trump picks his nose and eats it. Donald Trump thinks he's a great lover. Donald Trump ass is out. Donald Trump fucks the dog and sniffs it. Donald Trump fucks off. Donald Trump is everything I hate about America. Donald Trump, the Statue of Liberty's burning. Donald Trump buggers Whistler's mother. Donald Trump's icky buddy is Allen Ginsberg Ignu. Donald Trump eats shit and loves it. Donald Trump is a short-haired baboon with glasses and big hairy ears that stick out. Donald Trump wears a wig to rock dances. Donald Trump thinks he's a great leader. Donald Trump is a jerk and doesn't know it. Donald Trump sucks. Wilfred Funk stinks. Donald Trump thinks on his friends. Donald Trump eats crotch cheese. Donald Trump is a dumb fuck. Donald Trump eats belly button fuzz. Donald Trump backed into a meat grinder at age 2. Donald Trump is a half-ass shit-ass. Donald Trump reminds me of the worst in myself. Donald Trump out of my cradle, endlessly rocking. Donald Trump loves his enemies and hates his friends. Donald Trump is myself at my finest hour at 5 minutes. Donald Trump farts in his sleep. Donald Trump can't get it up in the morning. Donald Trump has holes in his moldy underwear. Donald Trump knows Marshall Efron. Donald Trump doesn't know shit from Shinola. Donald Trump contemplates his navel and calls it poetry. Donald Trump boosts books from City Lights bookstore. Donald Trump was an Eagle Scout. Donald Trump has a patch on his ass. Donald Trump hates Wilfred Funk. Donald Trump pees in the soup. Donald Trump has crabs on his bottom. Donald Trump eats pussy. Donald Trump has halitosta, athlete's foot, and the runs. Donald Trump would do anything for money and a good fuck. Donald Trump plays leapfrog in the asparagus patch. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump. I hate you, Donald Trump. He wrote this fuck you, Donald Trump. Okay, that's a poem by Lawrence Ferlinghetti in 1971.